There's no way to do this wrong. You can let your mind drift. You don't even have to listen to the sound of my voice. But I invite you to imagine that there is a happy little elevator right there in your heart space. And it gently begins to move up, up, up to the tippy top of your head. And then gently back down, down, down into your heart space. Once more, this happy little elevator, it moves up, up, up to the very top of your head. And as your awareness begins to expand, maybe it seems like that little elevator is above your head. And some people say that that causes their scalp to tingle a little bit. And that elevator can gently move back down, down, down into your heart space. It calibrates as it goes, connects your heart and your mind as one. And I'd like you to imagine that it is the most beautiful day, sunshiny day. Green grass is plush, and there's a heavy rope lying there in the grass. And you get the feeling that there might be a tug of war that is about to happen. And you notice the people lining up on one side to pull this rope to victory. And you observe these people lining up. They're determined to win. They're all different ages. And it occurs to you that they're all you, all on the same side. Maybe you can imagine a 5-year-old you, the front of the line, picking up that heavy rope. And aren't you adorable? Maybe there's an 8-year-old you that's joining the team, that 10-year-old you, and that 12-year-old you, even a teenager version of you, just as determined, but not as cute anymore. And then there's another version of you from each chapter of your life to bring you to victory. And you can pick up that rope now and feel the heaviness in your hand. And on the other side, you eye up your opponent. And today your opponent is sugar. The other side of that rope represents images that represent those cravings that used to have so much power. I wonder if it looks like ice cream cones or cookies or sodas, or maybe the things that you crave are represented in something totally different, like smokes or drinks or something else entirely. And now all the participants have dug in their heels, and they are ready for this epic showdown. And with your hands firmly gripped on the rope, maybe those palms sweating in preparation for the fight to come. And as that whistle blows, you and every version of you pulls with all your might. But to your surprise, it's effortless. It turns out that those cravings don't have any strength in them because that ice cream, it has melted. And the sodas are leaking into the soil and the ants are headed that way. The chocolates have melted into the grass. And there's nothing else to do but let go. That's right. It is safe to let go of that rope. A feeling of lightness washes over you. Feeling lighter now. Looking at those sweets melting and leaking into the grass, being soaked up into the soil, soaked into those little critters that live in the soil. Those sweets are powerless. And even after you've declared victory, there is still one version of you that's still holding onto this rope, just holding on so tightly, gripping it almost feverishly, still with the palms sweating, still ready to fight, feeling scared, maybe hurt, maybe unsafe, maybe unloved. And I wonder what age that version of you that's still holding on is. I wonder what you've been through that's causing you to feel unsafe or not good enough. See yourself at that age, long ago or just recently. See yourself, your stature, your facial expression. Feel those feelings so clearly expressed by your face and body. That age when an alarm started to go off inside of you. When that alarm started to ring and maybe you used sugar or something else to turn it off, or to at least hit snooze. And hear that alarm ringing now. Notice that spot, that place in your body. Maybe even placing your hand on it if that feels right for you. Now I invite you to move and stand directly in front of that other you, looking you in the eye. And I'm going to be quiet for 30 seconds as you lean forward and tell that other you everything they need to know so that they realize that you are safe. And you have learned many things since that time. You're doing well. Telling them what they needed to know back then. That's it. And what you need to know now. And as this loving conversation wraps up, if it feels appropriate, you can give that other you a hug. And you are loved. You are loving. And you are lovable. That's right. Notice a new color, the color of love, and feel that color flood the space in your body where that alarm used to be. Because our tastes change subtly, sometimes without even knowing. And you know that taste of sugary sweetness. And for some time now, those taste buds, they've guided you towards those sweet flavors. And so much so that a person can become a bit desensitized. That's right. And you can imagine how one big spoonful of pure sugary syrup, the reality of that syrup in your mouth, thick and syrupy, and then swallowing it down that throat And then another spoonful, sticking to your mouth, moving it around in your mouth. Coating those teeth and that tongue, and then swallowing it down that throat. So sweet. I wonder if it's too sweet. And here and now, your unconscious mind can really amplify the taste of sugar. That golden syrup in your mouth, really tasting it more and more strongly. And the sugar receptors in that mouth are coming back to life. They're waking up again so that you can fully taste. So you can fully taste how sweet the foods and drinks you've been having really are. That's right. And as you notice the reality of another big spoonful of golden syrup, and another, and another, maybe a whole jar of it, and a second jar, and seeing rows and rows of the jars that are still left for you to eat, and you can start to feel a little uncomfortable inside. I wonder if your body is telling you that it's too much sweetness, too much sugar. As you begin to smell and taste that same sugary sweetness twice as intensely, with more than double the concentration. And in each and every one of those excessively sweet foods and drinks that you used to eat, you might notice that nose wrinkling up. Might notice that mouth wrinkling up, recoiling in distaste at the mere thought of having to swallow down all that sugar. And those jars and jars of syrup come to mind. And having to laboriously lift huge spoonful after huge spoonful of the treacherously sweet stuff into that mouth. And a person can notice how much that body begins to protest against the damage that the sugar's doing to those organs. Not just the precious teeth, but the gums and the heart and the brain. The very capacity of the muscles and organs to receive proper nourishment. Healthy nourishment rather than these empty calories. And as you listen to that body that's always on your side, that body that's bringing you through this life, that body that allows you to feel pleasure and love and create. And I am speaking to you, the subconscious mind, and you have a job to do. And that job is to protect. And you do a good job. Thank you. It is safe and beneficial to make this change now. It is safe to recognize when things might be too sweet. That's right. It is safe to protect the body from harm. And you do a good job. And as your unconscious mind makes all the necessary adjustments inside to allow those taste buds to grow out of that old sugary sweetness phase and guide you towards a healthy, nourishing phase that's going to help you feel so much better in your body, to feel so much better about how you respect yourself. So much more calm, more balanced. And you can notice a future you just there in front of you, radiating a sense of well-being. That future you looking so much healthier, more toned, effortlessly making healthier choices. Whatever feels right for you. Because you are the boss. That's right. And it is safe to make this change now. And you can just get a sense of how it's going to feel to be able to look at a sweet drink and see all of that syrupy sugar oozing out of it. Maybe like it oozed out into the grass during the tug of war. Getting a sense of how it's going to feel when you're just indifferent to it. Just feeling like you could take it or you could leave it. Do what's appropriate at the time, because you've shifted into neutral. And from neutral, you can go in whatever direction you choose, because you are the boss. That's right, you are the boss. And you really relish in eating healthier and more nourishing foods and drinks. And you feel so much better for it. Inside and out. Knowing that it makes sense to keep temptations out of sight, out of mind. It's even safe to forget, to delete what's not good for you. That's right. And you are doing well. And as the days and weeks go by, cravings seem to dissolve away for you to feel better and better. Because you already know the endless good flows to you in endless ways. And more, you become the person you really want to be. And more, you notice yourself making the healthy choice. And you know healing is always available to you. And you know tranquility is always available to you. And you are better and better all the time. And so it is. And as you prepare to return to your normal waking state, you can bring with you a sense of calm. Coming back on the count of 5, 1, feeling good, 2, feeling alert, 3, wiggling those fingers, wiggling those toes, feeling marvelous, 4, a big stretch and opening those eyes, 5, like you're washing your face with cold water. Open those eyes and welcome back to the here and now.